Hi, my name is Hi, my name is Benjamin Jerome, and this is the screencast for my last project, P4, for CS15 class, fall 2016. My project is located at P4 CS15 class dot online. You go there, and we gonna be on the login page, and the name of the application is Delicious, and we have the option to register if you don't have an account. If we go to register, you get ask for a name, and it will say Tom Brady, and SBT Brady at gmail.com, and the password will be password password and register. And here I am, and there was the name and of the user. And it's pretty simple. The page on the top here, you have a searching bar, and this is where you put the ingredients of anything you're looking for, type of recipes. Let's say if I put soup, and it will give me a listing of many different types of soup here on that side. And then if I click on any of the soup, the recipes here, um, drag it up a little bit, and actually I'm just create a modal that actually is showing a page from Fat Secret, which is the API that I'm using to collect all these recipes. That's where I'm getting all the information from. But from their website, so I create this modal where you can see the ingredients and directions. Um, I think it makes it easier that way than going to a different window. So if you close it, you can go to another. So you go to cabbage, tomatoes, and you can view it as well and look at it. So close it. Um, and also on the left hand side, we have this calendar. And the whole idea of this application is to allow you to store different recipes for different dates if you want. Let's say if you want to plan your meal, like you could simply make it easier to just drag and drop the result to your calendar. And this is one of the good features, one of the great features with that full calendar plugin. It's a jQuery plugin, and it's pretty handy. So for one example, if let's say I like this soup, or I just read it and I'm like, this sounds pretty good. So I can just drag this recipe and say, oh, I want to have this on the 22nd. And then you ask me, are you sure you want to add recipe? I say, okay. And then here you go. At this moment, the only issues I have so far is that I had there's a bug with the fetching. To basically, after that I drop the recipe on the calendar, it basically creates uh, creates the event, creates a new entry in my database. Um, and to show you that actually it did, if I reload the page, what will happen is like he will fetch all the events in my database associated with that user, and then it's gonna display them on the calendar. So if I reload the page here, and then you will see that I drop these two recipes. And Which is will be one of the CRUD operations, so create. The other easy way you can do an update, which doesn't require typing anything, is to by dragging one of the recipes. Let's say if I want to change the date, If I want to change, because he operates with the date, so I can just drop it on this and say, well, and he will ask me if I want to make this change, and I say, okay. So automatically it would make an update operation into the database. And even if I refresh the page and you see that um, they're still there. They didn't change, and the same if I do for the 10. And if we refresh, it's going to be for the 10. So that's a second operation. One third operation, the third operation is delete. In order to delete any of these recipes from the database, you simply, if you just double click on one of the recipes on the calendar, and then it will ask you, are you sure you want to delete this event? And you say okay, and he will remove it. So if I refresh the page, and you're gonna see like it no longer shows this event. And the same I can do for this event here. Let's see if I look for, let's say I make another search for, let's say, beef, and I can pull the beef, bunch of beef recipes. Let's say, I like, I look at the cream beef Florentine, looks pretty yummy. So I can just say, oh, okay, I want to add this, and I'll add it to my calendar. And here you go. And if I refresh it again, and you'll see that the cream beef is here. And the same thing can be deleted too. Um, and so the last operation we already covered, like the creation operation, the create operation, the update operation by just dragging to a different date on the calendar. You automatically do the update. The delete, which you double click on any of the recipes and it will just delete it. And the last one will be to read. So basically, let's say if I decide to log out, and let's say I log in again as tready gmail and password, I log in, and you're gonna see there's only one. And he logs in, and first he will check for all the events. He will fetch all the events, I mean, all the recipes that's under this particular user, and he will display them. So even if you have multiple users, and each users will have their own individual recipes on their own recipes on their calendars. Um, One feature that I plan to do, which I didn't get a chance to do, but it's a matter of I've learned through this project about working with APIs. One of the issues I've had was that the um, the API I was using, the Food to Fork, is the first API, and a few days before deadline, and they went dark, and I couldn't get any information, anything, and it was just an error, and their website was down. So I went into a panic, and I had to look for another API as soon as possible to organize my script and get it to work. And then I found this API called Fat Secret Platform API, which is this API, and they have a lot of information. They allow developers to have a lot of access to recipes, ingredients, and you name it. Um, so I got to use them, and which was a little bit different with the structure of the data. So I had to finish it and kind of use it instead, and it seems to be much more reliable than the previous one, Food to Fork. So and here it is, and the last option is to log out. You log out, and you're here, and also I didn't get a chance to implement the shopping list, which will take ingredients and add them to shopping list for your shopping if you wanted to go shopping for, let's say, all the food for the week. So this one option, I didn't, I wasn't able to finish that. And but um, but yeah, here's this is my project, and I just want to say I had a great time in this class. I've learned a lot, and I want to say thank you to all the staff and the instructor and Susan, and well, thank you very much. And here it is. So I just submitted it. So all right, thank you very much for your time.